Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother, from the collective works of Sri Aurobindo, Volume 32, page 448, topic Relation between the mother and her children, topic True relation with the mother. Question: what is our true relation with the mother? The relation of the mother and her child? For this question, Sri Aurobindo says, the relation of the child to the mother is that of an entire, sincere and simple trust, love and dependence. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the relation of the disciple to the Guru in the Guruvada is supposed always to be that of worship, respect, complete happy confidence, unquestioning acceptance of the guidance. It is only in this ashram here that another theory has sometimes been advanced and reached its heights as a result of the misapplication or the wrong extension of the relation with the human mother, which is itself rightly understood, was not to be discouraged as a phase, and also of certain other misunderstood notions, not only abhimana, but egoistic unspiritual demand, hostile criticism, revolt, anger, and other still more undesirable vital reactions, usually supposed to be foreign to the spiritual consciousness, have been put forward by some, admitted by many in practice as a part of yoga. I do not see how such a method can lead to any good results in the spiritual life. Date 12th Jan 1932. Next question. The connection between myself and the mother is always there, but my vital is interfering, coloring it and making it impure. For this, Sri Aurobindo says, yes, the connection is always there in the self and in the psychic. But if there are obstacles in the mind, vital and physical, then the connection cannot be manifest, or if it is at all manifest, it is mixed with elements which make it imperfect and unstable. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the true connection is the psychic and spiritual relation. The relation in other parts must be built up on this psychic and spiritual connection, and then it can be permanent. 24th April 1932. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, one rule for you I can lay down, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. One rule for you I can lay down. Do not do, say or think anything which you would want to conceal from the mother. Let me repeat. Do not do, say or think anything which you would want to conceal from the mother. And that answers the objections that rose within you from your vital, is it not? Against bringing these petty things to the mother's notice. Why should you think that the mother would be bothered by these things or regard them as petty? Sri Aurobindo says, if all the life is to be yoga, what is there that can be called petty or no importance? Even if the mother does not answer, to have brought any matter of your action and self-development before her in the right spirit means to have put it under her protection, the light of the truth, under the rays of the power that is working for the transformation. For immediately those rays begin to play and to act on the thing brought to her notice. Anything within that advises you not to do it, when the spirit in you moves you to do it, may very well be a device of the vital to avoid the ray of light and the working of the force. It may also be observed that if you open yourself to the mother by putting the movements of any part of you under her observation, that of itself creates a relation, a personal closeness with her other than that which her general, silent or not directly invited action maintains with all the sadhaks. All this, says Sri Aurobindo, all this, of course, if you feel ready for this openness, if the Spirit moves you to lay what is in you bare before her. For it is then that it is fruitful, when it comes from within and is spontaneous and true. 18th May 1932. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, it is certainly true that you saw the mother and she was teaching secrets to your inner being, for your inner being is in close relation with her. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, it is only by your opening yourself that this inner being can come out and change the relations of your external self with her, remove from it its sense of not becoming connected, its misunderstandings, wrong attitudes, confused moments. That is why I am always pressing on you to open and keep in touch with the force, for it is your inner being that feels naturally in touch with it. It is only your external and physical mind and vital that feel it as if it were not real, not truly connected, etc. This you have experienced yourself more than once. When the inner being came into the front, 3rd November 1932, Sri Aurobindo says, it is perfectly true that in your inner being there is nothing that stands between you and the nearness to the mother. But in your outer, there are many reactions that make it difficult, and the chief cause of these reactions is the readiness with which your outer mind listens to the suggestions and accepts the reasonings and obeys the movements of the obscure, ignorant physical nature. That is why I want you to get rid of this habit of the outer mind and to recognize that it is the inner being which is the real truth of yourself, and not this outer consciousness with its confusion with the present act, but not your true permanent being. 9th December 1932. Question: why do I get angry and make myself miserable when mother proposes something I do not like, such as putting X with me in the house? If mother herself wants it, why should I object and feel sorry about it? For this, Sri Aurobindo says, it is the desire and jealousy that are the cause of these moments. It prevents you from seeing that each is dealt with according to the needs and the possibilities. Your vital wishes, on the contrary, to impose a rule by which you should get what the vital wants. And if it does not, and if another gets it, you consider it a personal wrong or an injustice. So if something disagrees within you to your vital, and that is because the mother's proposal, and that's the reason why the mother's proposal was disagreeable to you. Therefore, it was wrong. The whole thing is that you are putting a personal standard, the standard of your desires and feelings, as the measure of truth and right. Most men do that, almost all practically, but to do yoga, you must free yourself from all that together. You are concerned only with yourself and the divine. In your relations with the divine, you are concerned not with the divine satisfaction of your personal desires, but with being pulled out of these things and raised to the highest spiritual possibilities, so that you become united with the mother within, as a result in the outer being also. That cannot be done by satisfying your vital desires. To do so would only increase them and give you into the hands of the ignorance and restless confusion of the ordinary nature. It can be done only by inner trust and surrender, and by the presence of the mother's peace and force working from within, changing your vital nature. It is when you forget this that you go wrong and suffer. When you remember it, you progress and the difficulties become less and less insistent. 13th September 1933. These are the words of our Lord Sri Aurobindo.